Hello, welcome to the JAV Show. This is Jorge,
And this is Viv.
and this week we got Austin here.
Hey.
What up? What up, Austin? Austin's eating a bit,
Uh-huh.
so don't mind the food
There might be
ASMR.
some,
Yeah.
nice ASMR.
But it's chilled with that. I think you can pull the mic closer, or try.
No, there's a cable, so I don't want to.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I have one
ASMR.
fry left.
Dude, I swear, every time you do that, that sounds like shit, probably. All right, Viv, how's your week?
It's been shit.
Nice. Elaborate.
In terms of work, yeah, it's been shit. This one guy on my team, he's kind of like my opposite on the team. He quit on, I think it was Tuesday, last minute, or not last minute, without any warning or anything like that. And then essentially everything that he left became a shit show. And because I'm kind of like the opposite person on the team that works on, the opposite shit that he doesn't work on, everything's kind of falling onto me and my team lead. And my team lead's already been working overtime, so they can only add so much more to his plate. So it's kind of like a lot of things are being put on me right now. So this week has been pretty bad in terms of work. Yeah, I've been going to the office early, and I've been staying a little later, and then I have to work on Saturdays now, which is pissing me off. And it's kind of poking into vacation plans, probably.
It's crazy that he didn't give any notice.
Yeah,
That's pretty bold.
It's kind of fucking wild too, because like a month or so ago, he came to my office and we had a conversation because he was just about to leave or something, and then we were just chatting about random shit, and then he was telling me that in the last 2 or 3 weeks he hasn't really done anything for work because of like mental health issues. And he was like, oh yeah, like I just haven't been doing much, like I just don't do something some days, or I'll just take vacation, or I'll just call in sick. And then I was like, okay, so like I gave you a script to do like a month ago, and I don't really need it back then it was like, oh, I don't really need it for like another week or so. But if you're not going to do that and you're like dealing with all this shit, okay, fine, just give it back to me and I'll like make time to do it myself. And then he was like, okay, thanks for that. Cause like, honestly, I wasn't going to be able to like finish it on time. And I was like, okay, well, it's kind of good thing that you told me ahead of time so then I can at least finish the fucking work. And then during that same conversation, he asked if he could pass on a project to me because he wasn't in the right mental space to finish it. And it was a project he's been working on for the last like 2 months. And I was like, fuck, okay, like, okay, I understand. Sometimes life just shit hits the fan. Sometimes you just can't do shit. Okay, I'll take one for the team.
Wait, he just goes straight to you?
No, he it's like a coworker comes to you and he's on my team. And we were just like chatting because he was in my office, or he was standing by the door just talking to me about like life and shit like that. And then he was like, oh yeah, so can I pass off this project to you, but can you not tell our team lead? Because like life's really been putting me down, and I feel like I've been just kind of taking time off or calling sick every other day. And I was like, okay, you know what, I get it, sometimes life just hits you and you just need a fucking hand. Okay, I'll just like spend a little bit more time, I'll like pack my schedule a little bit more and just pass me on that project. And then he fucking quits this week, and now everything's fucking,
I mean, he gave you a head start at least for that one.
yeah.
But still, like, I feel like in that situation, don't you just delegate up? Like, if anyone told me that at work, I'd be like, no,
Like, you can,
you
but
talk
not
to my
everyone
team
knows.
lead, and then my team lead will tell me what to do.
Like, you can, but not everyone knows how to code in a company.
Oh,
So it's like only on the strictly software side we have 3 people.
yeah.
So it's like him, me,
Yeah.
and then a co-op student that I'm training right now. But a co-op student can't even take
No,
on
but
like
it's
this many
still-
like projects for like at this scope.
Yeah.
And then we hired a new person like 2 months ago, but this person also won't know enough to be able to do this in time or like fix anything. So it's either me or my team lead that can do it, but then my team lead's already been working overtime. So they're like, oh, we can only add so much onto his plate because legally you can only make someone work so many hours. And I was like, bruh.
But wouldn't you like, okay, in my work scenario, if someone went to me like this, I'd be like, I can do it, but you have to tell the team lead that.
Yeah, well,
Because they
now-
have to know exactly whose scope's getting transferred and stuff, because they have to know the situation of everything, right?
Yeah, well, now he knows. And then
Oh,
Yeah.
but at that time you just took it without
yeah,
mentioning.
I just took it. I was like,
God
okay, just do it.
damn, I
I'll
would
just
never
help
do
you.
that.
But then I put my
Damn.
name on it too. But then it was like,
I would never
You know?
fucking do that. I mean, I don't mind helping people, but at the same time, a part of me is like, no. Like, if I was a team leader, I would want to know if scope's getting transferred, so I know who to
Yeah,
talk to.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So I'd be like, no, if you guys want to transfer shit, you guys have to. I mean, it's not like working at McDonald's where you just trade shifts and shit. You know?
I know.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like that. Like when he's passed me on the project, he was gonna take his name off and I was gonna put my name on, and then eventually we'll tell our team lead. But then it's like, during the work, it was just needed. He just kind of needed some extra time to like not do shit or like put his mind in other places.
Can you create a profile of this person? He seems like a very like. Is he young?
No, I think he's like 37.
Oh, midlife crisis or something.
Low key, hey.
Yeah.
I guess so. If you're in that state, like, could you imagine you're 30-something and you go through that exact scenario? I mean, I'd be sad in that scenario, but at the same time, I'd be like, "What? That's career suicide."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like just fucking dipping and not even.
Yeah, like not at least trying to wind down, but he just dipped.
See ya. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we found out that a lot of the projects that he was supposed to work on previously, he just didn't do shit for it, or he just like extended the deadline for it again and again, or just said he was doing this or doing that, but he didn't actually do a lot of work for it. So like, yeah.
Was this guy bullied, you think?
I don't know, man. Fucking...
I'd be terrified. I'd be like, is this guy gonna come in the office with a gun? I was like, that's kind of fucking scary now.
I don't think he was bullied.
Because he said he has a lot of mental health shit and stuff going on, you know.
I mean, if he's gonna come back, then I am not the person that
That's
he's gonna
true.
go for, because I've always been nice to him.
Yeah, you'd be like, you know that chocolate bar I gave you? You know?
But yeah, so that's my week. But aside from that, gym's been great.
Really?
And-
Doesn't that affect your gym too?
No, like gym makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
I swear, if I don't work out, then even if nothing bad is going on, then the gym helps maintain my sanity and my happiness.
Right.
So if something's bad is going on, then it helps me feel better, and I feel better afterwards. And also, I feel like I'm the type of person that even if something's bad's going on, yeah, it'll like dampen my mood overall, but like you can ignore it for like an hour and not think about it for a couple hours, or like just not let it affect your entire day that much.
I think the gym helps because then you have like an hour where you got to focus on your sets, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I just feel like for me, when I'm stressed out at work, I'll keep thinking about it even at gym. But at the same time, I'm rarely stressed out at work though.
Like there's also an extent, like you can't really, like at some point you've done all you can do for like the day or the hour or whatever, like within your control. So there's not much that it's kind of a waste for you to spend some of your mental space and energy to like worry about it, you know?
True, makes sense.
Yeah, so aside from that, gym's been fucking great lately.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been trying to switch around my split because next season I'm playing 3 days of volleyball.
Oh, jeez.
And so I'm like, okay, realistically, 3 days of volleyball, I'm going to burn out if I work out the same amount of days, because I work out like around 5 to 6 days a week. And so I'm like, okay, I can't do that next season, so I need to change up my
What was your
split a little.
your thought process in picking up 3 days?
Well, one of the days is on Sundays. And usually on Sundays, I'm like, oh, I either do like volleyball practice or sometimes I'll even do like double workouts because I just want to do shit. Because I like being like active, and I'm like, okay, well, one of them's like one of the activities, or I'll already be forced to be active on a Sunday because I have volleyball, because I signed up for a team.
Yeah.
So I don't think that'll be too bad. Like I would never do 3 days of volleyball again on weekdays.
Oh, I see.
But one of the days is on a Sunday, so I don't think it's too bad. But even with that, I kind of want to...
I think that's copium, personally.
Low key, 3 days volleyball is what started to break my knees down. So I'd be careful. But you don't have to play middle. So
yeah, I'm not... Yeah, clearly I also don't...
I used to play 3 days in a row, and that shit... I was good for the first year, and about another year then it just... Everything went downhill once I hit 19.
Yeah, I think it feels copium to me. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of a little bit worried, but I think it'll be kind of okay.
Yeah.
For Sundays. I think it'll be annoying if I have a 9 p.m. Sunday game.
That's hella annoying.
Wait, they play 5 and 7?
5, 7, 9.
Yeah, 5, 7, 9.
Oh, they have 3
Yeah.
time slots. Oh, shit.
But like with the 3 time slots, I won't have that many 9 p.m. games, and then also, I usually like trying to be as active as possible on Sundays, so I feel like that'll be okay.
Did you consult Jesus? It's the holiest day of the week. What do they say about
do a lot of holy things on the holiest day of the week, sir?
What do they think about playing on Sunday? You know, it's the holiest day of the week.
I think you should ask him for permission for other things.
I mean, permission for that first.
But yeah, so I've been trying to switch around my split and test out a new workout program because I want to dial it down to like 4 days a week.
Damn, that's still quite a bit, actually.
Really? I think that feels pretty...
Yeah.
That's probably like the lowest amount of days I commit myself to the gym since like forever.
I don't know. I think I've always consistently done like 3 or 4. But I've always had like badminton or climbing or volleyball and stuff.
She gave me a bicep workout that was... It's a little difficult.
Oh, yeah?
Damn.
When I first told him about this bicep workout that
Yeah.
I do, he was just like, "Oh yeah, I could probably do 20
Hey,
pounds."
when
You do
she
10
when
pounds?
she first told me, she didn't tell me you're supposed to do 3 sets, and she didn't tell me that there was no break in between. So essentially, it's 6 sets, but 2 back to back with no break.
But it's different too because Viv does a lot of like bodybuilding stuff, which is more like high reps, aesthetic stuff, right?
It's not always high reps for bodybuilding. It's just a
Feels
style
like
of
it's
lifting.
a bit more because it's for aesthetics and for bodybuilding
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's a bit more on the rep side, right? So you have to get used to that. If you're not used to that, it's a killer.
Oh, exactly. So my
a
body's
fucking
not used to
murder.
it. So once I get used to it,
Yeah,
though,
you completely. He fucking what's the word? Underestimated me because I said I used 10 pounds. He's like, "You only use 10 pounds."
yeah. But like I said, she didn't say it was 3 sets. She only said it was 2. And
So for context, what I do for biceps, I only have one bicep workout in my program at the moment. And what it is you take a weight. I take 10 pounds. Okay, guys, 10-pound dumbbells, 1 in each hand. You do 7 supinated bicep curls, 7 hammer curls, 7 pronated curls.
I've heard of this program before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then 7 iso holds.
Yeah.
And then you do 7 biceps, 7 hammer, 7 pronated. Yeah. And then 7 iso holds, 7-second iso holds.
Yes.
And then that is 1 set.
no, when she first told me, I thought it was just the first set of the 3 variations of curls, as in that is 1 set, and then she did a second one after that. And then later that night, I was like, how many is it? And she's like 3. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she's like, yeah, but you need to do the routine twice for 1 set. And I was like, you didn't say that earlier.
Dude, I remember I remember that exact setup. I forgot. I swear I got down line 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
And I don't know. Like it's good, but I can't do those type of things anymore. I feel like with like climbing and stuff, I'm always like I've never really have days off now because like climbing is actually really stressful on your body. So I have that like in between wedged in between stuff. So it's like fuck, it's tough. So like those things that like really isolate and destroy one muscle, I was like, I don't know if I can do those specific. I like compound stuff is more of the stuff I do
Yeah.
nowadays.
That's kind of why I only have 1 bicep exercise because I feel like the rest of my compounds supplement it enough.
I
for
mean,
my
like
liking.
pull-ups, rows, all that
Yeah.
shit is all biceps too. So you can get
Exactly.
decent enough from that, I guess.
Yeah, so how much weight did you end up using?
Uh,
12?
15.
15.
Not bad. Not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but I had to take breaks because the first set of 42 the first set of 21 reps was okay.
Mm.
And then she
That's
said,
not a
you
set.
got to do another one. And I was like, oh, so I got through that, but I was very tired. And then after that, I had to drop the weight to 15.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I could even do. I mean, I could probably do 10, but I don't know if I could do any more than that. To be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely tiring, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, it's because like, I did the 20 and that took a lot of my energy.
All right.
I feel like
next time-
anything with like drop set style stuff where it's like a lot of continuous reps, those just murk me so hard. I just like,
Yeah.
I mean, what's your opinion on that? Because I know some people have the opinion of don't kill your muscles so much, and then the next day you can keep going. Like the total number of reps per week rather than total number of reps per day is what
Yeah.
they aim for. So then they're okay with doing less per day as long as they can do it every day for the consistency and the continuous growth.
Mm.
But then I know in the bodybuilding community, it's all like you fucking destroy that one muscle
No,
and you
not
take a rest
necessarily,
and
I
then
wouldn't
the
say.
next day you do that. Or
I wouldn't say necessarily it's like that. I would say it just kind of depends on what split you do.
Yeah, I
But
think so
then
too.
essentially, people say that if you want to grow a certain body part, you should hit it more times in a week and split it up than like attack it on one day.
okay.
Because then it'll kind of stimulate your muscle for a longer period of
Yeah, yeah.
time over like 24 hours, and then it like rests for the rest of the week or
Yeah.
whatever. Then it'll be like stimulated regularly and consistently. So it's better if you actually hit it more times in a week than
Yeah.
like just that one time and kill it.
Like more total reps and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it too. But I don't go as often as I used to. So
But then of course it just depends on whatever works for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I actually do a lot of what's it called, like physio-ish exercises now. Like I think the last 20 minutes of my workout is all just like the physio stuff I have to do.
Yeah, that's good. I have like a physio day just for
Oh.
my knees.
No, I do that physio after each of my workouts. So that's like 3 times a week, which I found is like a pretty good balance.
What's your
Mhm.
physio for?
My shoulder, my wrists, and my knees. But I do that pretty like very consistently. Like my knees haven't hurt. I mean, knock on wood, it hasn't hurt in like a year almost.
Oh, nice.
Like it hurts a bit like right after you play and stuff, or
Like
maybe the next
patella,
day a
or-
little bit. Yeah, around that region. But then it goes away very soon after, and I think it's from all the stuff I've been doing. And I've always had like a left shoulder injury. So, and every time I injure that shoulder, it's because there's a period of time I stop doing the physio stuff, and then I usually end up injuring it.
Yeah.
And then the wrist is just because I'm coming back from an injury, but it feels like I'm at like 90-95% back now, so that's good.
That's good.
Yeah,
it has the 5% feel like.
It's just in climbing. There's like certain moves in climbing where you have your hand in a certain position and it hurts still.
Oh, I see.
But like lifting, it has not affected my lifting at all. It doesn't affect my lifting performance. But climbing, it's just like there's so many like, it's so weird because when you start going, it's like you have your body's in such weird positions sometimes, and you're using muscles that you don't even think of in weird positions. So it's like very strange. It's like very stressful and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just watching a video on that the other day, like yesterday, I think actually, about how for a lot of sports, people actually have their knees cave in for lateral movements, but then when you're lifting, there's not a lot of compound movements or a lot of workouts that support having your knees cave in unless you're doing unilateral movements like a side lunge or or like pinwheels and stuff like that. So they're like, oh, if you're somebody who works out and also plays sports, then you should probably incorporate one of these into your workout so that you can support your knee health. Yeah, like lateral
I had no idea,
lunges.
but I mean,
'Cause that's true. If you're like squatting or doing anything, you shouldn't have your knees cave in at any point.
Yeah.
But then when you're turning for like volleyball or like facing any other way, you'll always have your knee cave in on one side to push off and
that's true.
go off on one side. So you should actually train that. So I was like, ooh, interesting. I should incorporate that.
When I started leg pressing again, when I would push, my knees would go in a bit because like my body uses it, and then my friend he's like he caught it and he's like, no, he's like, make sure it goes out, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the caving's not good.
I noticed that when you're doing your deadlifts too, your knees cave in.
Yeah, when I jump, they go in.
What the fuck? Like at volleyball?
Yeah, like at a slight angle.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I won't change much because my situation's pretty good now, but I'll see, I guess. Maybe
it's pretty
one day.
interesting, huh?
Yeah, where it's like it's not incorporated. I mean, I feel like it's like that. A lot of lifting doesn't incorporate really well with sports, which is why I was like, back then I lifted like 5 days a week or maybe even 6. But that's also why I dropped back because I kind of like had some mental clarity where I was like, how do you get better at volleyball? It doesn't matter what the fuck you do at the gym. You should just play more volleyball. No, like literally even better than plow is play more volleyball. Like to truly get better at volleyball, you play more volleyball. To truly get better at climbing, you climb more, right? There is some like supplemental stuff you can do, but at the base of it, at like our level and our level of commitment, it's literally just get your reps in and go more and stuff like that. It's not even just like, oh, there's all
like
these
actual
workouts and stuff.
Training is better than like playing.
Oh yeah. But like the act of volleyball, like when you're training volleyball and drills, you're still doing the act of volleyball, right?
Yeah.
But like when you're at the gym, nothing in the gym will ever supplement you enough to replace the fact that just going there is a better thing.
No, there's
How about
multiple
vert?
gym vert and then hitting to build like your shoulder mechanics. Like sure you can swing a lot, but if you don't build the power, the speed there, it's not gonna get better. That's why those gym resistance exercises help with the shoulder.
Okay, so I feel like if you did hitting training, like with the whole thing where you're actually like hitting and stuff, that's gonna be better than any like shoulder presses or any other shit you do at the gym. And I feel like literally doing the act of what you're doing, because when you're doing it, it's very very isolated movements. Any gym workout is very isolated, but when we play sports, it's a very compound movement where it uses like a lot of your body. Like when you hit, it literally transfers from your leg all the way up, right? So yeah, your hitting arm might be so good from all this training, but if you can't transfer from the hip going up, you literally still have less power than most other people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Oh really? Okay.
Well,
I feel like I see what your point is. That like
I see what you mean too.
If you want to improve in volleyball, then you should actually gain more experience and time and like basically reps in volleyball.
Yeah, but like the reps in volleyball is related to compound movements, which those compound movements you won't see in
actual
gym.
volleyball.
Right.
In a gym. Like you
Right.
won't train those compound movements
No.
in a gym properly.
Yeah, but like let's say your form is good. Hypothetically,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with your form.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hit harder by just repeatedly hitting the ball, right? That's when you need that element of like gym strength training
Yeah.
with the isolation.
So I
right?
feel like at amateur level like us, that's never gonna be the case. I feel like the form will outweigh the strength in many times. Like there will be a guy at volleyball who's like less muscles than me or something, and he'll hit so much better because his form is better, not because he has more strength.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like
form over strength.
I feel like in amateur level, at our level, that's gonna be the case like a lot of the times. And I feel like for working out in sports, what it does is mainly for injury prevention is what I think. There's like some isolated cases. Like I feel like working on your back for climbing kind of helps because it's a lot of like back pulling exercises and stuff. But I feel like my mentality has been like, okay, like how do you get better at running? Run more. How do you get better at volleyball? Play more. Or train at volleyball
So
specifically.
what about jumping then?
Yeah, I feel like for vert specifically, you can definitely make
Yeah.
Because when I was on a
Big
short
changes.
plyo stint, and I
Yeah.
definitely got a couple inches,
Right,
and at
right,
my
right.
height, that does help,
Right,
right?
right.
Because then I'm going
Right.
over people.
Right. That's true. That I can see being a very good
Yeah.
case for it. But I'm saying like the traditional act of like working out. So that's like a very specific plyometric workout specifically for your vert. But like going to the gym to quote unquote work out, like any gym bro, like just fucking lifting, deadlifts,
Right,
chest
but yeah,
press, any of
that's
shit.
like a different avenue.
Yeah, but like I feel like all of that shit is not gonna help you significantly more compared to like what you can do just training specific volleyball stuff,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, of course, yeah.
right? But like even plyo, I feel like is so specifically for that, right? Like plyo is specifically for jumping for volleyball kind of thing like that, right?
It's like speed, explosiveness,
Yeah,
power.
okay. Yeah, I mean that's what I think of it. I just feel like the compound movements cannot ever really be replicated, or if it can, it's not the workout that you typically do at the gym. Because like I think a lot of like kettlebell workouts are good for compound movements, but I feel like not a lot of people do that stuff at the gym I go to at least.
What do you mean by compound movements for kettlebell?
Like okay, for example, it's like the one where you go from the side and you lift it all the way up, and then you the chopping one with a kettlebell. That's a lot of good compound movement because it goes from your wrist and all the way down to your
Right.
legs, right? But in most cases, like when I go work out, I'm not fucking doing all those compound stuff, right? I'm doing like bench press, deadlifts, squats, things like that, which is good for I think like injury prevention. But I think for like getting better at my sport, I feel like it's marginal at best.
Squats, maybe.
I think it's kind of crazy too how you say like compound movements like squats and deadlifts and all that stuff is pretty good for injury prevention.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like in the weightlifting bodybuilding community, squats and deadlifts would be one of the things that are higher up on injury
Cause.
reducing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, so what I think is like building a base of muscles.
Like they're great. Everyone
Yeah.
should do compound movements. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. But I feel like they're also ranked higher on causing injuries too.
No, well, so I guess what I mean is like getting that base muscle. So when you do
Mhm.
explosive movements at volleyball, you're less likely to hurt your tendons because as your muscles grow, your tendons also grow, right? It'll grow in thick, but just slower, or in width, but just slower than muscles.
Yes.
So then I was like, oh, okay, so like building the muscle is good to prevent that shit, but it's never gonna, like, no matter how many bench presses I do, no matter how short presses I do, I'm never gonna get better at hitting.
You can't actually strengthen your tendons, right? You just strengthen the muscles around it. That's I
And
think that's the case, right?
then it gets thicker with your muscles. But then if your muscles grow too fast, then I think that's when you snap shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I just said that because I remember when I sprained both my meniscus and my knee, my
Yeah.
physio said that the only way to get it better is that I had to strengthen the muscles essentially all around my knee.
Yeah. I mean, that's also taking load off of it too.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Right. So
It's
like
the
the
load
load
management part.
goes to your muscle rather than your tendons as much.
Shit, I had weak muscles.
I mean, just around, it's all the small ones and
Mhm.
stuff. But the same thing about that is like those small muscles don't get trained in normal, everyday, typical lifting. If you do specific training for specific sport, maybe, but then doing the sport itself will train that. Like, for example, when I do core workout, it's trash compared to like climbing. Like climbing, I'm using so much more core than my core workouts.
What
What?
core workouts are you doing?
I mean, just whatever basic stuff. I don't know, like decline. Was it decline sit ups? The little thing with the bar. I actually don't know the names. Where you're like kneeling and you're like pulling on the cable.
Kneeling sit-ups
I do
or
the
kneeling crunches.
leg, like
Table crunches?
holding the bar and you like
Leg
leg raises,
lifts?
leg raises and stuff.
Yeah.
Russian twists, shit like that, right? But I was like, none of this is better than climbing.
You know why? Because I feel like I forgot the actual word for it, but there's actually two different kinds of core workouts. All the ones that you mentioned
Yeah.
are like a different kind than actual core workouts.
Like Pilates and shit.
Like Pilates would be
Yeah.
more closer to a workout that actually develops your core. Like I'm losing a lot of words here, but
Okay.
there's two different kind of core workouts. There's ones that develop your abs and ones that actually develop your core. And I feel like the ones that you were just naming, like your leg lifts and all that stuff, they develop more of they stimulate more of your abs than your actual like core itself.
Really? I feel like leg raises is like a different portion of your core.
Because it's like the whole thing basically, and you have to like brace it so you don't swing, right? But then there's
No, I feel
other-
like it's like the connection point between your core and your leg is what that works out the most. The leg raises.
like your lower abs.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for example, the workouts that actually really work out your core are the ones where you don't really do anything, you don't really move, you just hold it.
Oh, I see.
Kind of like planks.
Right.
Or
Oh,
ones
yeah,
that actually
I
work
also
your
do that
core.
too, yeah.
Or I forgot what the other one it was, but it's basically where you hold a weight above your head and you're like laying on the floor and you just stand
the
up.
Russian whatever, or the what's it called? Fuck. It's the Turkish get-ups.
Yeah, Turkish get-ups, right?
Yeah, Turkish
Or like
get-ups.
ones where you're literally holding a weight and you just like lift up one leg and you're
Yeah,
literally just like
yeah.
holding it because that just makes you brace your core for like a
Yeah.
long time. You're not really moving at all.
Oh.
Those ones are ones that actually work your core. And I feel like when you go bouldering, it's kind of more similar to the workouts that
Yeah.
work
yeah,
out
yeah,
your
for
core
sure.
over the ones that work out more of your abs.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
probably why you feel it more.
Yeah.
You probably have a really strong core, hey?
No, I mean, no, I don't. I feel like in climbing, like of all the, like when I see the really good climbers there, I feel like I'm nothing compared to them. But I feel like all the core work I've been doing at climbing is so significantly better than everything I've been doing at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me go back to what I was originally thinking is like doing the thing will make you better at the thing rather than doing something that you think can supplement it in the gym. Right? That's what I think. I think doing the actual thing, the action itself, whether through training or like playing or whatever, I feel like if you want to get better at that, is significantly better than trying to do some supplementation stuff at the gym and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying the supplementation is not good. It's probably good as an after effect, but if you have only limited amount of time, if you want to get better at this, do that is what I'm saying, right? Like if you want to get better at soccer and you only have a limited amount of time, go play soccer and do soccer drills. Don't try to like squat a fuck ton and expect you to be much better at soccer. That's my true mentality on it. I think doing the thing itself is so much better and it will get you so much more gains than going to the gym for that. I think going to the gym is more like maintenance stuff. And that's why a lot of like I mean, this might be a bad example, but a lot of MMA fighters, they have a conditioning part of it and then they have a fighting part of it. Because the conditioning part is just to get their body in like good physical recovery and shape for the actual fighting part. But they understand that to them, conditioning is like, it's important, but it's lower on what they need to know. They need to know the fighting part, the technique and the actual movements and the actual fights.
For sure.
Right? The conditioning is just like, okay, this will just help me with recovery and help me last longer. But I really need the technique and the repetitions of technique. Right?
Yeah.
That's why that's my mentality to like sports and working out. I just think like at my level, because like I don't like, unless you're a pro and you can train like 2-3 times a day, I feel like I don't have enough time to do enough things in the gym that would make any impact. As in like if I took that same amount of time at the gym and just used it towards that sport, I would probably get much better with that time.
I see what you mean. I think I would personally put a little bit more emphasis on the impact that the gym can have on your performance in like a sport. For example, like vert would be a really good example, training your vert.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see what you mean because like at my level of skill for volleyball, I'd probably benefit significantly more working on my form and stuff than trying to like go to the gym and work on my vert in that way.
Like yeah, if you had limited amount of time, if you took all the time you went to the gym and you played volleyball, you'd be really good. In my opinion. Like if you took all the time you went into the gym, instead you were like using it at volleyball,
oh yeah,
then I think you would get really good really fast to a certain point. And then when you hit the plateau, then maybe that's when you have to switch things up. But I feel like a lot of amateurs are at that level where if they had more time to spend on it, they would get better.
I see what you mean. This summer I put in a lot of time to fix my form, and it's finally fixed, or at least my footing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
finally fixed, so that was
Yeah.
pretty
No,
rewarding.
she looks less gimped when she
Yeah.
swings.
I remember.
Can I
Everybody
make a foot
remembers.
if I wanted to now.
It's
Actually,
weird.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's weird because like I feel like I've changed my footing a couple of times throughout, but usually the first day bothers me, and then after that it just becomes within the system.
That's good for you that you can
Yeah.
pick it up quick.
Yeah, I
For most part, I don't know.
know.
But like timing shit, I feel like I still I'm iffy on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I learned how to jump serve over the summer, but the funny thing is, when I jump serve, I'm goofy footed.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
And then like one guy pointed it out to me, and I was like, I know, but that's how I learned it, so I'm not gonna change it.
I mean,
Because like I'll count my steps
Yeah.
before I jump float.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, like jump, not spinner, jump float.
Jump float.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Can you consistently get it?
Yeah. So every time I jump float, so now like that I got my steps down in the beginning,
Yeah.
even though it's goofy footed, I can like consistently jump float now.
God damn.
I feel like
Yeah.
at our level, because like there was one whole season where I was just practicing spin serves, and then I just realized at our level, like the amount of effort and the effectiveness of float serve is just so much more.
Yeah.
Like at our level
Oh
of
yeah.
play,
If you can get a good float,
yeah, and the amount of effort you have to put in to do a float serve. So first of all, the action of float serve I feel like is less stressful on your body than a spin serve.
Mhm.
And then to train that float serve is also I feel like easier than a spin serve. So I feel like at our level, the float serve is so much more significant than a spinner. I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, you can get really good at a spinner, but I feel like it takes a lot of fucking time, and then it's like
yeah. Well, essentially, a spin serve is like
a
it's
spike.
it's like a pipe.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty stressful if you have to jump that much like every time, right? So
Yeah.
nice. How's your week, Austin?
My week, it's good. I got a lateral move at work, so I'm going to a different team. Well, it's like a mini promotion, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
What else happened?
What was your position before? What's your position now?
I was a credit analyst before,
Okay.
and now I'm a portfolio manager. So now I have like a book of clients that I underwrite and I cover. Versus before, I would just write applications. We have like a non-dedicated pool that applications get sent to, and I'd pick one up from there. So now I'll have like a book of clients to kind of monitor, essentially.
Oh.
And then so it's like whenever they need new money, I'll do it. Yeah, that's essentially it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I'll be working with one relationship manager, so we'll operate as like a deal team kind of thing. So now I have different goals, different like business targets and stuff like that as before. But yeah.
I don't understand it, but like, do you like wine and dine your clients more now or something?
No. I'm still on the back end. That's what the relationship manager does.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but I'm supporting them more directly, and like they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna see like client A, and then we're gonna need this, and then they'll come back and they'll tell me, and they'll be like, okay,
And you'll get like.
and then I would work on client A, and then like next,
Yeah.
and then in a couple months he'd be like, oh, client A wants to do this, can we do it? And then, since that's our client,
Yeah.
like I'd work on it.
Oh.
Yeah, versus before it's like whenever something needs to be underwritten, we
Yeah.
would just put it in a pool for the non-dedicated team, and they would just grab it.
Yeah.
Versus now, like I have like a book of clients to watch over essentially.
Do you feel like your understanding of the economy is much more significant since you started working?
Like at this job.
Like, I feel like I can learn stuff pretty fast, but when it starts going to like cryptos and stocks and all this shit, I'm just like, man, I just feel like someone's just playing
Oh.
this shit. Someone's just fucking us here.
I mean, technically, this is your question, but I feel like technically, isn't that kind of how it goes? People with a lot of money, you can pretty much influence the market however you want. If you have a Twitter account,
Yeah.
you just make a tweet and then you're like, buy a whole bunch of options. And you're like,
No,
okay,
but
saw
like,
that fucking coming.
but like you say it like that, but I feel like there's so much like back end shit they have to do. They have to do all these like crazy loan deals between like 5 different shell companies and all this stuff. I just feel like they make it so convoluted. So that's why I asked the question. I was like, do you understand more of how things work now? Like, for example, at my job,
Mm-hmm.
if my client needs this pump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just very simple, this pump. We would go through the process, do the calculations. I would then source it, buy it for them,
Yeah.
and then get a construction package out, and then they build it. And for me, like in my brain, I see every step. I see like, okay, this is why they need it. We bought it. It's being now built at this factory, and now it's being moved from the factory to the site, and now it's being put in place, and then we get paid for the service. So like, I feel like I understand all the steps, but I feel like every time I talk about like any financial or economy shit, I was like, dude, I don't fucking know anything.
Oh yeah. So for me, since I went to school like in finance in the business program, I feel like I had like a good base.
Okay.
Like from, like the educational theoretical standpoint, but at the same time, like going through it, like I feel like at a young age, well, a lot of people in the finance program, like we're in that program because we're interested about like finance, economy in general. So it's like when I was in school, like it wasn't hard for me to like keep tabs on like current events, global news, stuff like that. And I think I learned a lot of stuff on my own just because I was interested and it was just in the realm of finance.
Yeah.
Like when I was first job hunting, I looked into like all the different kinds of careers. So that helped me learn a lot more. I talked to a lot of people. Okay. And then like nowadays, like, sometimes I realize, I have a better financial base than like I would think the common person would have. Who like, I have some friends in finance, like to me there's like certain elements that I think are like very basic need to knows, but obviously like I realize, if you don't get around to learning it, then it's like something you wouldn't know. And I just realized those are things that I picked up from school and my own interest. And then also, of course, you learn some stuff from the job, right? But it's like the same way used. Like you'd be like, there's certain engineering concepts which you would think are very basic. In a way, right? Like obviously not the complicated specialized things, but certain things, right? And then you'd be like, oh, this person doesn't know that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. The reason I asked is I was watching a video about the Sam Bankman-Fried thing.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, I understand the concept of it, but like the overarching concept made sense, but I was like, I wouldn't be able to figure out like any of the other shit, and like half the terms they talked about, I didn't even know what the fuck they meant. And I was like, man, I don't know, am I just a fucking idiot or what?
No, I think finance is very like.
I feel like you guys make money from nothing all the fucking time.
Like me?
Not you.
I don't even get paid.
Sorry.
You guys are getting paid?
Sorry, the financial institutions make money from like almost nothing, it feels like bonds and loans and like all that shit. And I'm just like, holy fuck, man, I don't understand.
Like banks in general, like I could help answer if you have a specific question about bank profit, because we have so many different like lines, right?
Yeah.
So like there's transactions, there's like mines are like loans, application fees.
It's not specific, I guess. I guess I'm just very confused, especially when it comes to like all these like investing and shit like that. I'm just like, man, it feels like they're making money out of fucking nothing a lot of times and stuff. And I personally just don't understand.
That's fair.
It's just me. I'm just a fucking idiot when it comes to that stuff. Like I feel like I could pick that stuff up, but then when I go through it, I was like, dude, like there's like 50 terms I don't fucking know. Yeah. Like I always understand the overarching like high level, okay, this is what they did and this is the result. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then when they start getting to the details, I'm like, dude, you fucking lost me, man.
Oh.
I was like, they did like 3 different contracts with like 5 different companies, and then they moved this shit around. I was like, dude, this is fucking wild.
You know what I've always wondered is what other people's jobs sound like. So like Alvin, for example, like could you narrate, like a normal workplace conversation you would have like during your workday?
Well, isn't the problem is we have a lot of like work jargon with whichever company, so
like there's work jargon, industry jargon, right? But I'm always just curious to hear it.
But then, okay, so I'm not trying to like hype up my industry in any way, but a lot of times, like we specifically learn in our industry and in school that a lot of people will not understand the terminology you're talking about, even if you're talking to another engineer, right? Because so many of the jargon is so even industry specific. It's not even like engineering specific. It's like oil and gas specific and like auto industry specific.
Yeah.
So then we've specifically learned in our school to dumb it down for other people whenever we talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's like the best way to like work with other people, because our jobs are complete garbage without like the finance, the money people and the project people and all that stuff. And a lot of times those people aren't engineers. So you have to like dumb shit down for them. So for me, I feel like you could probably understand, other than the
jargon.
Other than the jargon, you could probably understand what we're talking about. It's usually pretty straightforward.
Can you give me an example?
I mean, I gave you the example of the pump, but it'd be
let's say you're talking to your coworker about something.
Right.
Now. Yeah. Just close your eyes, pretend you're back at work.
Okay. Let's do a scenario. So
yeah.
I'll go to him and I'll be like, oh hey, can you help me with this data sheet? I don't really know what to do here. And then he'll be like, oh okay, here, I'll send you a sample. And then I'll look at his sample and I'll look at mine and I'll be like, okay, what did I not fill out and what did I not do? And then I'll be like, oh, okay. And then there'd be like specific fields. I'm like, oh, how do you like get this field? Do you have to calculate this or something like that? And then he'll like show me catalogs or any like web info or vendor info. And then I'll just fill that stuff in. And he'll be like, oh yeah, just, the pressure is this, so you can just do it like this. That's as complicated as it gets. It's just like, oh yeah, so this is the pressure. And then from there you can get like the specific gravity and then boom, that's your number kind of thing. But it's all very like, I don't know. They dumb down a lot of the process a lot, so it's not hard to understand. But yeah, that would be like a normal conversation I have with one of my coworkers about like getting help for something. A lot of times it's just like the company wants a specific way. Yeah, we all know like the basic information. We just need to know what way they want. So then we just send each other copies of the completed version, and then we just copy each other. But I feel like that's a lot of industries. It's not even just me specific.
Yeah. What about you, Viv?
I feel like mine would sound something similar to Alvin's, but like for example, the conversation I had with that coworker that quit. In order to send him his work, I was like, okay, that project that I'm working on. How do I say this without giving out much information? Okay, I would say, okay, that project that I'm working on, I need the script side of it. Can you write the script for me? Because yeah, he's just better at writing scripts than I am, to be honest. And then I would say, okay, I need the script written for this portion of the program. The client asked for this feature and this feature, and I'll tell them all the features that they need. And then I'll say, yeah, okay, this is the script I need. It needs to be this long. I need you to I'm using this program and I'm inputting these certain files. So can you incorporate that too? And when you're done with this script, send it over to me and then I'll see if I can compile it, if it works with mine. And if it doesn't, I'll send it back to you because I'm writing my side of it like this. And then, yeah, we'll just compare. Like it's pretty straightforward, I feel. Because also like in ComSci, you should be able to explain what you're doing to someone that isn't in the industry, even if they are in the industry in that way.
Oh, okay, I see.
I feel like 30% of the conversation you might need some like industry knowledge, and the other 70% is just like basic shit, like processes and stuff.
I see.
But I mean, maybe it's the same for you. But I feel like sometimes you're just watching movies and like hearing videos about some of the finance shit. I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, there's some wild ass shit that's going on.
Yeah, I think it's actually there's a lot more financial jargon, but that's just because like those are like the financial things that we need. Like for example, like if I was having a conversation with my credit partner, so like I'd be like, hey, I have a new money application. The borrower wants to, they would want to open like a $2 million operating line. We're going to take a GSA first rank. We're going to take like an AIM. Like there's a lot of acronyms and there's a lot of like processes that are like industry specific, right? It's like, we're going to take a personal guarantee, right? Okay. A corporate guarantee. We're going to do site visit. They don't need a phase 1 ESA because they're not in this industry. Like there's like, I think in the banking world, there's like a lot of very specific terminology.
So my confusion of it is always, and maybe this is more so in crypto than anything else. My confusion is always like what you are providing. Like for example, Viv's job, I can tell like, okay, they're providing a service for something, and that's creating value, and that value is getting you guys money, right?
Oh, like what's your value that you're
yeah. And then for me, it's like I'm creating value by helping them organize this product that they need that will increase their productivity in the field. Right. And that's like, okay, I'm creating a service and I'm charging you for the service, and I'm creating value for my end and you're going to get value on your end. Yeah. And then sometimes it just feels like, for me at least, in the financial world, it's just like fucking value just gets created out of fucking nothing. I'm just like, what's going on, guys? You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
I don't know what any of you guys mean. Like I think, well, to me, do you have like a specific example? Like for my job, we're giving loans to these companies, and then they use the loans to, buy a new warehouse, buy a new truck, expand their business in that way. And then we take a fee off the top for giving them the loan, and then we charge interest and we collect the interest. Right?
So that makes a lot of sense.
Right, yeah. So that'd be like business lending. There's other things like Wolf of Wall Street where, you need somebody to trade.
Yeah, but okay, so when you give out a loan. Yeah. Well, okay, so again, I'm referencing a fucking movie, so I could be wrong.
No, go ahead.
Like in Wolf of Wall Street, like, would you guys ever package those loans and sell it to someone else so then they would get the payment and then they would pay you a sum of money for those loans, and then that's some random value that you guys both agreed on?
Wolf of Wall Street is like stock
Yeah,
brokers.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's not exactly the same, but like
But
I think what you're asking is like, can you buy loans?
yeah.
Yeah, you can sell your debt. If your company can't finance it, then
Yes.
you can sell your debt. Yeah.
Yeah, so then that part starts getting really fucking wild to me, where
Right.
it's like, okay, like you giving out a loan and you getting interest for it.
Yeah.
It's like a mortgage. It's very simple. I completely understand that part. But then when the banks start like fucking talking to these stock guys and they start packaging shit and selling shit and shorting shit and like saying like, oh, I'm pretty much making a bet that this is gonna go down
That's
in
like
value.
stock options.
Yeah, and then that's like, oh, I'm gonna what is it? It's like I'm going to, is it shorting or it's something else where it's like I think the stock is gonna go down in value.
Shorting.
yeah.
So
sure.
then but then there's another version of that, and then you can also do that with bonds, and then you can also do that with loans and all that shit. That's when it gets wild to me. I was like, how the fuck are you guys making value from this? It seems very insane.
Yeah, that's to sum it up, options, whenever there's a contract written to short something,
Yeah.
which is to sell, or to long something, which is to buy,
Yeah.
you have to pay for the contract, which
Yes.
is called the premium. So
Yes.
that's where the money's made. On the premium, like if you want that contract,
Yes.
you got to pay for the premium. The
Yeah,
contract
yeah,
writer gets the premium, and
Yeah,
then the person who bought the contract, they see value in
Yeah.
that exercise
Okay.
price.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
that's how some of the money gets transferred around. And then something about like if you take on some debt, you can like count as a loss and shit. And then is that related to taxes or something? Like you know what I
probably?
mean?
Yeah,
I'm
like
fucking-
tax planning is like a whole different world, but
okay, yeah.
yeah.
So that part I'm not too sure about. And then what's the other part? Okay, definitely the stock market gets confused. Oh,
Yeah, stock market's
crypto and
confusing.
NFT made me so confused for the longest time. Like, I understand the concept of it. I just like, I think of physical things. So I was like, what the fuck is the value in this thing? Especially
Yeah.
NFT. I was like, what is the
You
value?
It's driven by everyone else.
you don't
It's-
like my
it's-
JPEG?
Yeah, it's literally just I understand driven by demand art and shit like that, but then it just feels so convoluted to me because it's like people are putting so much energy to like make this blockchain work and shit,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like it could help one day in the future where like everything's digitized and stuff, but like to some part of it I feel like it's so useless. Like some of these random coins are coming out, I just feel like it's just, I don't know, a waste of effort kind of.
that the whole crypto world is very arbitrary.
The guy he went to jail. Did you guys hear?
Yeah, like 115 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the video I was watching about. And then like part of it I was so confused. And part of it I understand. But yeah. That's what always kind of boggled my mind because in my world we work a lot about physical things, right?
Mm.
Like I'm selling you the services to buy a pump, right? And shit like that. So then sometimes especially when it gets to crypto and NFT and then the larger sum of the stock market and like all these other things, I'm just like, dude, I don't know. Like maybe I'm not built for this shit.
Kind of surprised. I'd imagine that you'd be kind of better at understanding these concepts that aren't physical, like for like NFTs and stuff like that, because not everything in engineering is also physical, right?
No, okay, so of that for sure NFT, I kind of get it, but I also don't understand it completely. Like
It's a bubble, man. Straight up, crypto is just a big bubble.
it just
That
feels,
ever fucking
it
sense.
feels weird because like okay, I was listening to the podcast with Elon Musk and he's like saying like some of the NFTs aren't even like sold properly because they're sold off of a domain of someone's website. But if that website ever goes down, you lose that NFT forever anyways, right? So it's like, so you're supposed to sell the NFT in the blockchain, so it's forever in everyone's blockchain, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, why are people even doing this, and why the fuck does it matter that you have a fucking picture of something and it is because you have the one code for that picture, but I can copy that picture a billion times if I wanted to. Like I could copy that
It's not
picture.
the original.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's not the original, but like when you look at the picture, can you tell it's not the original?
If you look into it, you can.
No, like if you look at the picture,
Oh, just by your
like okay,
human
so like
viewing.
NFT is a piece of art. So if you look at the art, can you tell it's not the original?
Nah.
You can't. There's no way. I assume there's no fucking way you can tell.
If you just look at the picture, you can't tell.
Yeah.
But then every single NFT has an actual code to it,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but
like a barcode.
yeah,
but
then,
if we look at the picture,
but-
it's,
Oh yeah, yeah. If you look at the
It's
picture, you
weird.
can't tell.
but so then the really confusing part to me too is like, isn't that like unlimited supply with a very high demand also? But theoretically, I could make two NFTs of the same picture but just different codes. So
like, technically, probably.
doesn't that not make
Technically.
sense in terms of like an economical standpoint? Like you could technically make 50 NFTs of the same picture, right?
But I feel like with that mentality, it's kind of the same. Like if you were buying a car and you want
No. But cards are
or
physical.
cars or like bags.
Like you need the demand for, you still need the demand, right? Like what makes some of those NFTs are so damn expensive, like the apes, right? It's like there's only one of this ape on the blockchain, and then everybody wants it, right? Which why it's like 300K, which was still stupid.
So which,
like I wouldn't pay over $3.
Which still kind of
like
confuses me too, because like what's stopping someone from making another NFT
demand
of just like, okay,
it's literally just the humans making it.
so if I created this one picture and I sold the NFT,
if you could sell it after
okay,
you
let's say I sold it for some measly amount, $20, right? And for me to not fuck over this guy, I just can't make another one of the exact same thing.
Well, technically you can't, because there's only one of the other one, right?
There's only there's only one of that one with the exact code, but for the picture itself, I could make another one and it will have a different coding on it. It won't be that one, but it'll, like, for a visual aspect in terms of bringing value, it would be the same.
I don't think you fuck over the other guy because it's not the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So
like, even though you made a second one, two identical pictures.
Yes.
He still has, copy one, like first edition, right?
Yeah. I understand that part, but I mean, like, the fact that it can always be seen by anyone and everyone, I feel like that's a fucked up part about the supply and demand, right? Like, it doesn't work in real life. Like bags and cars and stuff, it's not like your car would literally be serial 001 and we could physically see that, right?
I think it's kind of the same mentality, because it's kind of like, okay, if you have a car that's the first edition of the car, there's only two made in the world, it's fucking Bugatti, whatever, all that shit. Then people would still know whether this one or this one's the first one or not. And and like, okay, maybe people aren't gonna flip over the car or like open up the car's hood and look at the VIN or whatever to know whether this one's number one or number two. But they'll kind of know who has the ownership of the one, and people kind of track and follow it.
But they can't make unlimited physical copies of that.
True. But then, like, even if I don't think the value part lies in whether they could or not. Like, I'm sure Bugatti could make the same car again, or like make 10 more, but that wouldn't diminish the value of the first one. Or it's like bags.
It won't diminish the value of the first one, but it may diminish the value of every other one then, right?
I guess so.
So then with unlimited supply, then you could technically just sell one for a lot and then sell the rest for almost nothing, but still sell it for more, right?
Yeah, but then I guess people wouldn't really care so much about like second or third or whatever one.
But then what value does it bring too, though, right? So like if it's just that picture, that car, I can actually physically drive it from point A to point B.
People put value in it because it costs money, because other people want it, so that's the value in it.
Yeah, it seems
and that's where it's a bubble, right?
Yeah,
as soon as everybody stops caring, it doesn't matter anymore, right?
Yeah. It seems like it's not useful in my opinion at all.
I feel like it's kind of like if you I was gonna use the same example, the cars.
But like same with like art, and like art again is physical. You can't even copy it. It's not copyable, right? Or you could try, but it won't be the same. But yeah, so that shit always blows my mind. I'm just like, I don't fucking understand why people are buying this shit. For NFTs at least. Yeah. Like crypto, I see something, but I also see like there needs to be a lot more work done before it can actually be a real thing. As in, like, I feel like people are just buying and trading because some people on the internet are expecting higher or lower value, and that's why they're buying and trading. But like physically, there's nothing gained. Like there's no value. Like if for some reason the internet went down, you gain nothing from it. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas like if I had this really nice axe that I bought with my actual money, and it's the only one, I can actually chop down a tree and like do stuff with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what always like really confused the shit out of me on some of that stuff. I was like, oh fuck, I don't understand how they're. And then again, it goes back to the whole like stock investment and like buying like debt and all that stuff. I don't understand too much about buying debt and stuff like that.
Yeah, like you'd have to be, the only reason why people would do it is like they would take it on for like a fee, right? If they can pay the debt, and then they would expect like a handsome fee. Obviously not to the amount of the debt, right? But still, like it's like if I took over your mortgage, well, I would expect to get some kind of premium, right, for taking your debt.
Oh, okay, and that's where they, that shit kind of confuses me a little bit, to be honest.
That's more like a risk appetite thing, kind of thing, right? So if I'm gonna take on more risk, then I should be paid for the risk.
But okay, from watching movies and my like small tiny brain, I feel like that's where most of the money comes from, is those riskier stuff where it's like you're taking on debt, or you're like buying specific stocks, you're going into crypto and all that shit. It just feels like that's where the value is coming from.
I wouldn't say debt is actually a big source of money. It's
really?
No, it's like a lot. It's these business transactions. It's like, like companies buying each other, right? The transaction could be like 20 billion, and then the
Yeah.
bank takes like 1%.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Well, that's a
yeah.
shit ton of money
Yeah,
on
yeah.
20 billion, for example, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And then like it's like it's scale, right? Like
Yeah.
mid market, like my specifically my group, we don't make money because we have like we don't have big loans because
Yeah.
our max is like 10 mil.
Yeah.
And then even for 10 mil, like the most we'll charge them is like 10 grand, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like we have like hundreds of clients, right?
Mm.
So it adds up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I just feel like I'm so short sighted on some of the stuff that I don't understand completely, especially when there's no like physical value that comes into it. It just like kind of boggles my mind a bit. Like I understand I'm very into game theory and shit, and when it comes to like games and like making money in game and like max minting and shit, I understand all that. But then when you bring in too many variables, it's too hard to understand, and it starts getting less fun because it's like there's like way more variables than possible that you can find the maximum outcome.
No, crypto's confusing. Crypto's big bubble.
Sometimes I just think I'm an idiot, to be honest. I was like, fuck, I don't understand any of this shit. But
I
yeah.
heard that smart people feel like idiots and idiots feel like smart people.
I'm not any richer than them, so I'm still losing. Still losing. Anyway, sorry, Austin, I interrupted you. What else going on with your week? That little promotion there, that was nice.
Yeah,
Congrats.
that was nice. Thank you. Not much. Been going to the gym more.
Nice.
That's why I was able to jump in on the gym conversation. So just trying to hit the gym more.
Getting that revenge body.
100%.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Wait, are you more in the market now? Have you been going on?
No, I'm not in the market.
Really? Wait,
No.
at all? Wait, I'm confused now.
No, I'm just going to the gym. It's like for me right now, the gym is like a good place to outlet a lot of
Right.
how I feel.
But like, are you meeting people and stuff?
Oh no. I'm not ready to be
I
hurt
see.
again.
Like
Oh, man.
psychologically, I see.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
what you mean.
Where was the confusion in there, Alvin?
Yeah, like I go to the gym because I wasn't good enough. That's why I need to push one more rep, you know?
I thought he meant like
Bruh.
I thought he meant he's not in the market because maybe something happened where he's not in the market, as in like maybe he found someone or something like that.
Oh.
Like when you're off
I
the
see,
market,
I see,
you're
I see.
usually taken.
No, I'm
what
a
you mean.
damaged good, still
But,
under repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, and I was like, oh, I don't wanna assume anything,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
don't want to assume you're single or not without knowing. I just thought you were from our last conversation.
Yeah.
Nice, cool. I mean, that's fun. I feel like that's the best way of doing it. Just do you first, and then the rest will figure
Oh yeah,
itself
dude,
out.
that I've been hitting some PRs with that forbidden pre, man.
Nice. Have you taking a lot of supplements and stuff?
I started taking creatine.
Nice.
And then
That's
I
good.
take I just take stim free pre just to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't take any
that's
pre, so
about
I
it.
have no idea.
I think
Uh,
it helps with
Do you-
like getting like the last ones over the finish line, I feel. Yeah. Like it's
I
like
see.
like the +1, the +2 at the end kind of thing.
I just
Yeah. Cuz I'll go to a failure cuz I was a failure, so I got to keep going.
do a lot of times. A lot of times I'll go there and I'm just be like, man, everyone's just fucking having a life, and I'm just here at the gym by myself. Usually it's a Sunday or Friday night.
You?
Yeah, dude, at Friday night when I'm going, I'm like, man,
Oh,
motherfucker, this
yeah.
is all I can do.
That's
You
all good.
feel a little sad, a little lonely. You're like, fuck, I guess I gotta get through it, and then I just push my way through it. But yeah, I feel you. Do you take any other shit? Do you take like vitamins and stuff?
Oh yeah, after Veld, I started considering my health a lot more seriously.
Wait, why?
what happened
Why
to
after
Veld?
Veld?
I think no, just Veld. I just didn't treat my body right. Like it was just it's like a 3-day bender of a weekend. I barely got any sleep. I barely ate. I barely drank water.
Yeah.
And then obviously that doesn't correlate directly to like vitamins. But when I came back, I was like, oh, I did realize I was lacking a lot of like daily vitamins.
Yeah.
And I barely drink any like fucking water. Like most days I drink more coffee than water, which is probably not a good thing.
Don't you get headaches when you do that?
No, I have like very high caffeine tolerance. So
Oh, that's good. I mean, I think that's good.
it's terrible.
I mean, that's bad.
Yeah.
It was fucking so bad.
Yeah.
I know nothing about caffeine.
So I just started taking more vitamins and trying to look after my body more,
That's
which
good.
the gym helps too.
Have you thought about going on a caffeine cleanse?
Oh,
I feel like that would be a great
have.
next step.
Yeah, like I did for a couple days, and then I just really like the taste of coffee.
oh.
Just do
So
decaf.
Is decaf really decaf, or is there
Yeah.
still caffeine?
There's
in that
still a
shit?
little bit apparently,
Oh shit!
but
yeah.
like significantly less.
Damn.
It's like a little bit, a tiny bit.
Yeah, I
percentage.
guess I could try a cleanse.
It's like condoms.
What?
What?
You could get pregnant. It's
Yeah.
a very low chance.
Yes, exactly like
Yeah.
condoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's good. No, that's good to hear. I feel like that's always the first step. How about protein? You been taking protein or just eating more meat or something?
No.
You're not into that lifestyle?
Okay.
No. Well, I'm trying to like cut, but like I'm not taking it like too seriously. So
But dude, you have to eat more protein when
Yeah,
you cut.
yeah.
You eat even more protein when you
yeah.
cut.
So like when I eat, I'll eat more like meat and veggies, but I don't take protein like supplements or
Oh.
anything. Yeah, that's all.
So the reason I used to not take it too. I used to want to be all natural. I was so stupid back then. I was a fucking idiot. But then I started taking because it's so much cheaper. It's so much cheaper than eating meat. Dude.
That's true. Yeah.
Like taking protein shakes and shit is significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
And just some stuff you can't get. Like I take BCAAs every day, and like you can't get that. You can like
You
protein
take that
breaks it
every
down
day?
into it, but yeah, pretty much every day.
Oh,
I
thought-
sauna every day, and usually I drink a concoction of BCAA, creatine, and collagen while I'm in the sauna.
Oh,
Yeah.
like sometimes I'll take BCAAs
Yeah.
and then I'll work out. Like,
It's more of a recovery thing. It's not really a pre
Mm.
thing, but I mean, whatever works, right?
mhm.
But yeah, it's more of a
Some BCAAs have pre-workout in
yeah, I
them.
think
yeah,
I
yeah,
probably
Or
have
stimulate.
that. I probably have those ones. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of.
what a waste.
Why?
I mean, I guess it's a good combo thing because they'll probably make it more expensive than if you just bought the thing itself.
Oh yeah,
Like, I- like-
separately?
Like a lot of the stuff I buy is like the raw ingredients of it itself,
I do that
and
too.
then you mix it together yourself. Because I feel like they always add filler whenever they have a pre-mixed thing. Like they have shit that they say it's good for you, but like you don't really need it, right? It's like they'll have some vitamin that everyone, at least in North America, will rarely get, and they'll say, "Oh, it's good because we have this vitamin." I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, well, we don't need it anyways, so it doesn't really matter, right?" No, that's good though. That's good. You're working on that.
Yeah, and that's about it for me.
Nice.
Have you noticed a difference since you started taking creatine?
Oh wait, when did you start?
Maybe like 2 months ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, you might have you.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think for me, it was after a month or a bit I started noticing, and then after that it plateaus. But
Like, what should I be noticing?
just more, you can lift more, bigger muscle mass, shit like that.
Yeah, more
Oh, I just
energy.
assumed that was from working out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's kind of hard unless you're working out consistently and doing the same programs and kind of tracking what you do. Then at the beginning, when you're starting a new program or you're just getting back into things or you're just doing things more consistently, I feel like it would be hard to compare. Like what's coming from just consistency versus what's coming from creatine.
that's true. Like it's not a single variable anymore for you, right?
Yeah.
It's like you've added like, it's,
Yeah,
for example, like if you add 3-4 different things, you don't know what's actually causing it now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. For me, it's after a month or so. That's when I started feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to me. How was my week? Pretty cool. So I got this. Okay, guys, this is gonna be really sick. You guys are gonna love it. I made my AI voice model.
I heard. Alex showed us before we recorded.
Yeah, I will post my song. For sure on Spotify. I'll have to see how YouTube works because we have dumb strikes from YouTube, so I have to figure that shit out. But yeah, I'll post a song. But it's pretty cool because like I've been working on this project for about a month and a half or maybe 2 months. When I first started trying to make my voice model, it was after I did the solo podcast. I decided I want to make a voice model, and it was this week. This week I got my voice model done, and I tried it on a couple songs, and it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty sick. I think it's cool, but it's also scary as fuck because I've thought of like crazy scenarios. So if I'm being honest, guys, you only need about 10 minutes of data to make a voice model. Like 10 good minutes of speaking to make a good voice model.
Just 10 minutes.
I think that's the minimum. And I think you can do it good enough at that point where I can copy your voice and send a message to your friends and family asking for money in your voice.
Have you discussed this with your parents yet?
No, I mean, I think I should. I heard from some other people that, like, I guess more newer families or younger families, they're saying, like, okay, you should talk to your parents about, like, having a code word so they know it's actually you in trouble on the phone or not,
Interesting.
right? Because if you don't say that code word, then they'll be like, oh, this is some scammer or something like that, right? Because nowadays, dude, they like with my voice model, I feel like if anyone got their hands on that, they could definitely replicate me and like do some wild shit within my like circle of life, right? So I do see the fear of AI taking over, and I do see the fear of these voice models, but they're so cool. Like the technology is so cool. And I think they're making it easier and easier nowadays. There's a lot of like paid apps where you can do it. I did it because I'm super cheap. I figured it all out myself, and then I just fucking did it. Not all by myself. Like a lot of it's just going through forums and figuring out like what to use and how to use it, and then how to incorporate your shit, and then getting your data set and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm super hyped, and I'm pretty happy that I got to work.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds like me, so it's pretty fucking sick. You're gonna hear me busting all these rhymes real soon, motherfuckers.
Can you do mine after?
Yeah, I'll do Viv's later for a fee.
Sick.
Yeah,
Give you a solid high five.
yeah,
And
solid
a pack
fee.
of gum.
Yeah, I'll make hers and I'll start doing some random shit with it too. Like
You're gonna start calling our friends like, fuck you.
in Viv's voice and shit. No, I was gonna try to do was it AI porn and stuff and put your voice into the model.
Oh shit, you should do that.
That's
I wanna
crazy,
see.
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Pretty
put my
crazy.
face on it too.
Oh, dude, I should submit your voice for voice acting,
You should.
and then do text to speech for
Bruh.
all
Oh
voice
my
acting
god, that'd be
stuff.
sick. And then one day I go around and I just hear myself on fucking, this is the next series.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Viv's like, what the fuck? She calls me. I was like, oh
You're
yeah,
not getting paid for this shit.
I'm like, oh sorry, Viv. I sold your voice model for $3. Yeah, I think that shit's cool, but I think it's very scary too. I see the dangers of it,
Mhm.
but for now, for my life, is very fun. I guess is all I can say about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I'll always only look at the positive side. For
Uh,
all technological advances, I'll always be like, well,
I mean, the thing that scared me the most was that there's a podcast about it where Indians were scamming other Indians using an Indian voice that sounded
God.
like their relative.
Civil War.
And
Do not redeem the card.
yeah. So yeah, but then I thought like, dude, I don't even need to replicate Indian
why
accent.
do you do that?
Like, okay, think about this. If somehow, if somehow you talk to a scammer on the phone for 10 minutes and record the whole call, you could generate a voice model of their voice. And if somehow you knew who the fuck they were or where the fuck they worked, you could use that for like blackmail and shit. Right? So I was like, damn, that's pretty powerful. Because like it did, like if I could do it, I feel like anyone can do it. And if anyone can do it, AI can do it.
But here's the thing. I feel like with a lot of technological advances and even people worried about their own like data and security, I
Yeah.
feel like the biggest thing that kind of calls me is like, who the fuck are you? Like, who's gonna care about replicating your voice over someone else's voice? You know what I mean?
So I thought about that too. And I agree. Partially. The part that I don't agree, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen to me, but if for some reason I became rich and famous one day, then all my records,
yeah.
they'll be able to take that, right? Which sucks because like I've been known to not really have a social media presence, and all of a sudden now people can make a voice model of me.
So you're worried for the day you might become rich and famous?
Yes and no, but like it's not about being rich and famous either though. It's about like being opportunistic. So like if you're an Indian scammer with this AI technology, fuck it, you'll hit anyone and everyone. It took me a while to train my model, but if it only takes you 5 minutes to generate a scam that's very convincing with my voice, dude, like all these call centers are just gonna do it, and they're gonna do it like at scale. You know what I mean? Like as the technology gets better and it takes less effort to get to that point, they're gonna do it more readily to, you know, who the fuck am I person, right?
I feel like, damn, I really have rose-colored glasses on when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, if I picked up, you know how like, I don't know about you guys, but every day or every like couple days, I get a fucking spam call.
No, every day, like 3 times a day for me.
Imagine if I picked one up. I like never picked them up, but imagine if I picked one up, someone recorded my voice, was able to create an AI model for my voice
Yeah.
and use my voice as the main voice for like scamming people. Like
Yeah.
you pick up from this random number and it'll be like me being like, hi guys.
Yeah.
They could replicate that and like have all of India do that and use that as the main voice to scam like the entire eastern part of the world. And to me, I won't even be phased because I'm like, damn,
But
sucks for you
Yeah,
guys.
it could be the voice of India.
I'm the voice of India. But that's not the scary part. The scary part is they have your phone number and now they have your voice, right?
Okay.
So all they need now is like a name, and then they can search your socials to find other people. So then if somehow they found, let's say, your mom's phone number or your mom's email or something, and they somehow extracted a phone number from that, then they
Natural
can call
selection, baby.
I mean, it's not natural anymore, but yeah, it is a selection. Then they could technically call your mom and be like, "Oh, hey, this is Viv. I'm stuck at WEM right now. And I have no more money. Can you bring it to this
I'll be
location?"
Like, fuck you.
I mean, you think she'd say that, but maybe she won't. Maybe that one day she was feeling more empathetic. No, right?
No.
Yeah.
And then what if they'll be like, "Oh, meet me at this location," and they go there and they fucking do an armed robbery or some bullshit. I mean, that's
I can
worst.
see how that would happen.
That's worst case scenario.
I can definitely see how that would happen.
Yeah, but the fact that if it takes less and less effort to create these voice models, more and more people are going to use it. Like
Doesn't that
Rapinder's
make
not
life
going to
a
use
little bit-
Rapinder's voice anymore. Okay,
Well,
he's going to use Jorge's voice.
I like it.
Doesn't that make life a little more exciting though?
Yeah, 'cause-
Well, I don't. I like my mom would just never pick up the phone though.
Yeah.
Right. So like yeah,
So
that's like a hard variable. Like I get loads of spam calls and I don't.
true, and that's very good, like personal security. But also, it only takes one, right? It only takes one wrong time, wrong call to really fuck shit up.
True. What if they make their phone name say like, "Oh, this is the hospital," or
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
your workplace, or this is
I mean,
some
they do
other
that
place.
all the time now. They call with numbers that look like Edmonton numbers now, right? When they spam call you, even
Oh,
though they're
is that
not.
it? I'm always
Yeah.
like, somebody's got the wrong number.
No, they'll call you using
Yeah,
a
like
number that's
the
like an
same area
Edmonton
code.
number, and then when you call back, it's another guy. So it's like them causing you to troll each other now and shit.
Right. Yeah. Like if I get a spam number, I'll search it up, and if
Yeah.
nothing, if I don't get any hits, then
But those are the low effort scammers.
Right.
The high effort scammers are calling you from numbers that are like
no, yeah,
Edmonton based.
yeah.
numbers.
I will look them up.
Yeah,
and
but-
then like at the same time, like I will like if
But-
I'm not expecting a call, why would I
Oh.
pick up? Right.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
like when you look them up, it goes to an actual phone number, like an actual person's phone number.
I've looked, yeah, but no. If you look up the results of like these random Edmonton numbers,
Oh.
you'll see multiple hits, same number but just different names. So you know,
Oh,
that's
I see,
kind
I
of
see,
like
I see.
a yeah.
I
Kind
see.
of wild. I like never looked this shit up. If
I
don't-
no, I have to look it up because sometimes people from work will call me and I don't have everybody's work number, so that's why I have to do
Yeah.
it.
No, for sure. I have to too, because like back when I was in construction, there's always random numbers
Right.
and stuff. So yeah, I always had.
That actually
What?
fucking reminds me. My work number, or I actually like attached my personal cell to like my work number.
Oh, you're fucked.
So I'm like, so when you just said that, I was like,
You're fucked.
Huh.
You're fucked.
what if
Yep.
somebody has tried to call me before and I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
fucking pick up?
Yeah.
But no, it also doesn't really matter because if people call me during the workday, it goes directly to my Teams line anyways.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm getting a corporate phone like next month, so I'm
Yeah.
like so happy because now I can take my personal phone off like my business cards
Oh.
off my profile, and then
Oh.
now I know like I have a specific work phone, which is
Oh yeah. No. I have a personal business card, like not a corporate business card. This is like outside of my work stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That's just because like for a while, back when I was looking for a job like 6 years ago, it was like easy to just hand this out and shit rather than like writing down your number and shit like that, right? So that's still tied to my number and shit. But yeah, I have a work phone and I never pick that up. Even with my personal phone, I let everything go to voicemail.
Wait, you
and
don't pick up your work phone?
Rarely.
Hmm.
It's Teams phone. It's not my like phone.
Oh,
So like it
mine
goes
is
straight
phone
to
too.
Teams, and if I'm not at the desk, I'm not gonna pick it up. So
Mm.
like most of the time I'll like stepped away and they call or something, or if they call while I'm there, I might pick it up. But even if I pick it up, I don't really care because that's the work phone. Like I don't care if you spam this number as much as
Mhm.
you want. It's not my actual number.
Does your work pay for your phone bill?
There's no. I mean, I don't know how the phone bill works because it's a Teams number, right?
Oh,
So it's just through Teams. I don't
yeah,
have.
mine's is a Teams number too, but my work pays for my phone bill.
Yeah, so I mean, for
Mm.
me, no, they don't, because I only use the Teams one at work, right? And then
Oh,
I
I
use
see.
my personal one for like other personal business and shit, right? But sometimes I do expect a call, right? So like
Mm.
sometimes I work with some trades guys on site for like some stuff at Temple, and they're gonna call me and stuff, so I do expect calls. But I siphon all my calls usually through voicemail. I just let them go straight to voicemail,
Hmm.
and then I just figure out from there.
Hmm.
But still, it's like it's scary because the fact that I can do it, and I feel like I'm an idiot with like computers and shit. I feel like a lot of people can make their own voice models now, and that just makes me kind of like
Mm.
curious. It's like, oh shit, like there's gonna be some wonky shit going on real soon,
Mhm.
Someone cared enough to do all that stuff with my voice. I'd congratulate them.
dude. I mean, I would love
Like,
to get someone
you think I'm
else's
special?
like if I had if I made your voice model, I would do my own podcast with your voice and my voice.
Oh yeah, and then he would say something and
Yeah.
then use your
Just be
voice.
talking
Wow,
to
I agree.
yourself.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, my name is Viv, and I'm a dumb bitch. but it was your voice.
If you can get that AI thing done, I want you to just incorporate that into one of our podcasts and see if anyone fucking
Just
notices.
ran it out of left field.
Yeah, just like out of nowhere, it'd be like, hey guys, my name is Viv, and I'm a dumb bitch, guys. Right? Which I
refrain from saying that line in the next few months.
So here's the scary part is that the fact that I already thought that up and the fact that I have a computer, I could do that in the next 24 hours. Like I could do that in 24 hours because now I know how to make voice models. Right? And then yeah, I could impersonate Viv like everywhere. I could like call random people and be like, fuck you. Or something like that. Yeah, so that's interesting, but I'm pretty excited that I got mine to work. I'm not excited for the potential outcome of that, but I'm just fucking around now, so it's fun.
It's pretty cool.
What else is there? A life plan. I'm trying to use Notion. Guys, if anyone's a Notion expert out there, fucking let me know, man. I need help with this shit. This shit's not easy. I thought it was gonna be easy. Everyone on fucking YouTube makes it look easy, but I also found everyone on YouTube's also selling their Notion templates. So I'm like, these motherfuckers.
What's Notion?
It's a schedule planner, life planner,
Productivity thing.
notes. Yeah, well, productivity tool. Like when I saw the tool, it looked cool. It looked very useful. Like I see the use cases, and I can already imagine my brain how I want the stuff to connect. But the fact of like connecting it is like so frustrating. I'm like, dude, this is not simple at all. I thought it was gonna be like super simple. Because obviously the YouTube videos, they make it look so easy. Like, oh yeah, just do this, click, click, click. Oh, it's done. I was like, dude, like I can't get what I want from this. Like I can get what you want, but I can't get what I want from this. Yeah. Because I feel like I have too many clutter in my life. Like I have so many projects I'm always working on. Like for example, this AI model one was something I wanted to do a month and a half ago, or maybe two months ago, and then I failed at that time. And then I didn't get the inspiration to do it again until I heard someone else's AI voice model. I was like, oh fuck, I remember that project again. And then I finally got it to work for me, right? But I want to like shorten that clutter and shorten these projects and make it more organized and shit. So that's what I want to kind of.
That's a good example. Maybe I should do it. I have a lot of personal projects I bounce back and forth on.
Yeah, like I have a fuck ton of personal. I mean, not fuck ton, but I want to say at least 6 personal projects right now that will take significant time for each, right? Even the voice model, I feel like I'm not done. I feel like there's more I want to do with that. Mostly just trolling stuff though, but still. So yeah, that's why I wanted to get this life planner thing to work. And then once that works, then I can like streamline shit and feel productive and, you know, feel like I'm cool and stuff. But it is what it is.
Get it to work and you find it really beneficial for you every day, then I'm going to give it a shot.
Maybe you can get to work, and then if you find it very beneficial to you, then I'll give it a shot.
Alright.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more intuitive, but maybe I'm just stupid too. So, yeah. And then what else? Oh, there's a potluck this week. Dude, it was so weird. So the potluck was yesterday on Thursday. It was at work. It was like a work project potluck type of thing. And then fucking they didn't tell me till Wednesday. They planned this a while ago, and I saw like a
You're
paper
a last
for
minute
it.
invite, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I saw the paper. I was like, hey, wait a second. I'm part of this team and project. What the fuck's going on, guys? And then the admin's like, oh shit, I forgot to add you in the thing. I was like, oh fuck. So she added me last minute. So I had to, like, I literally Wednesday night went home and I just made like sugar cookies, like just butter, sugar, flour, whatever. It tasted very average, like nothing spectacular or anything like that. I was like, good enough. I made just like sufficient enough to participate in this potluck. And then my friend showed up, didn't even bring anything. I was like, fuck. I fucking did.
Did everyone at work love your cookies?
No, I felt like, I mean, I don't know. There's so many good desserts too, right?
Oh, you didn't ask for anyone's like opinion on it?
I didn't care about anyone's opinion.
Oh.
But
Just threw it and then left.
I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm
Whose thing
eating.
is that?
I was like, just
Maybe that's why your friend didn't bring anything. He's like, no one's gonna notice if I don't bring
yeah.
anything.
Maybe I shouldn't have, but I also feel guilty if I don't. I feel like potlucks, there's not many rules to it, you know. Just, you know, if it's pork, say it's pork. That's about it. And then just bring something, right? Just bring something that everyone can kind of enjoy. I feel like, you know, it's kind of a social thing. Let's not ruin the integrity of it. So let's actually participate properly. So yeah, I brought that. But dude, man, there's this red velvet cake. Oh, so good there. I forgot to ask, but it was like the red velvet cake where there's like the cheese, the cream cheese filling inside. Oh, it was
I
really
think they shouldn't always have cream cheese.
Does
don't
it?
use when people
think
don't use cream
traditionally.
cheese, yeah, they're like going off the traditional route.
Wait, red velvet always has cream.
Traditionally.
I feel like I've had red velvet where it's just cream, like not cream cheese, but like cream.
Yeah, then it's not traditional red velvet.
Yeah, the traditional one has cream cheese, I think.
Okay, I don't know this shit. But yeah. And then there's like the other food was kind of it was average. It was alright. It wasn't anything spectacular. There's like no veggie dishes. I feel so bad for any of the vegetarians.
They can eat your sugar cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, right. No veggie dishes. I feel like there wasn't many halal dishes either. I would feel bad if I had to eat halal. Could you imagine? Is chicken nuggets? No, it's not, right? Is it?
Well,
Halal
depends how it's
isn't- not-
prepared.
yeah,
Yeah.
but what meat you eat, it's just how
It's how the meat's
was
prepared.
killed.
No, but like you can't eat pork.
Oh yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
halal pork in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's also about the
But
type of
chicken
meat
nuggets
too.
are fine. Oh yeah. I get what you mean. But
Right.
chicken nuggets are fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know it's like kosher, but I don't know if it's halal because halal they use a specific.
Chicken's okay. Most
No,
most
chickens
Actually,
are
I don't
okay,
know if-
but the way
if
you
chicken
kill it
nuggets
is
are
different.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
most
But I know a lot of my friends
yeah.
eat chicken nuggets.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if they actually look into it. If they watch
Yeah.
PETA's videos, it's still considered halal.
Yeah.
You know?
So they just like close it
Or if
by.
there's like bacon on a pizza, if you don't ask about it, then it's fucking halal.
Because halal is like you have to do the whole prayer thing and the whole whatever thing. It comes from a specific factory and they clean everything very
Slice their throat.
differently. Yeah, shit like that. But I was like, no way, fucking McDonald's does that. But my friends eat chicken nuggets. Like I know what you mean. I have Muslim friends that eat chicken nuggets. I was like, I mean, I know McDonald's doesn't do this. Not sure what you guys are imagining, but
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. One time I was in junior high and my Muslim friend asked if he could have some of my food, and I told him no, it's not halal, and I was drinking like a fucking Slurpee or something. And he got so triggered.
you fuck.
I think because of my junior high experience, I actually feel like I've met more genuinely beautiful people, like by their core and their core characteristics and their core values, than any other religion or ethnicity.
What do you mean?
Like
I don't
people
understand.
who are Muslim.
Oh yeah, I'm one
Yeah.
of the Habibis from junior high. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, you're saying you went to mostly brown school, so you met a lot of like cool Muslims. And
like
shit.
my school had a lot of brown and black and Mexican people and white people. I guess just basically everything but Asians.
Oh, okay.
And then I feel like because of the amount of Muslim people I've met, and yeah, by the amount of Muslim people that I met, out of every single ethnicity I've ever met, I feel like I've met the most amount of truly, really good people in Muslim culture.
Sounds racist.
I don't think it's racist.
I think I've met more truly good Muslim people than
Not
you.
a competition,
you fuck.
bro.
I went to
over
Londonderry.
any other ethnicity, I've met more like by their core nature and like who I got to know or how I got to know them and their values and everything. I've met more beautiful people that come from Muslim culture than any other culture.
It sounds like you're trying to start a hate war here.
No, I get what
No.
you're saying, and I think that's because a lot of Muslims are like very tied to their religion, right? So I could see that.
Are you saying these Chinese people aren't good?
Yeah, fuck you guys.
No, yeah, I mean that makes sense. They're pretty cool, pretty chilled, pretty cool.
But I also had some Muslim friends
Yeah.
who, if they wanted to eat bacon, they'd be like, "Oh, so is that the food you always eat?" And I'd be like, "Yes," and it has pork in it or some shit like that. And they'd be like, "Oh, all right, let me just try it. Don't tell me what's in it." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I wish I learned more about the culture too. Like I like a lot of the schools I went to had a lot of Muslim people in it too. But I felt like I didn't learn too much about the culture until like my friend that came on the show. He taught me more than I know about Muslim
Oh,
culture in a
right.
long fucking time.
Your coworker.
Yeah, he taught us about the Mecca and the pilgrimage and
Oh, yes, I
praying
know.
towards the east.
That was
Yeah.
actually very cool. I went home and I looked up a lot about.
I wish I learned more. I wish I had a better roadmap of more religions.
It looks so pretty.
Because, like, do you guys know much about? Wait, are you?
Muslim? Am I Muslim?
Are you? I was gonna say Christian or
No,
Catholic
no,
or
I'm not.
anything. Like, I'm Buddhist, and I barely know that shit. I don't know anything about the other stuff. Like for Christianity stuff, I can maybe name the 7 deadly sins.
What are they?
They're sloth, greed, glutton, lust, pride, wrath, and fuck. What's the other one?
Is it because you watch the anime?
No. It's because okay, part of
there we go.
Really. It's from the Binding of Isaac. You ever play that game?
No, but I heard it's a good.
Okay, yeah, you have to fight the 7 deadly sins, or you have to fight maybe one of the sin in one of the rounds and shit. That's where I learned, and then from that game I learned a lot of the characters, like Maggie and Judas and fuck, I already forgot a lot of them. But yeah, there's a bunch, right? There's Lilith and all this stuff, but I don't actually know like all the stories.
I would name my kid Lilith. It's on my name.
Isn't that the devil? Like that's literally the fucking devil.
Yeah, the lady from like the underworld, basically.
Yeah.
I have a little list of names I would name my future pets or my future children, and Lilith is one of them.
What else is there?
You got Bon Quickly on there.
Oh yeah, like Arlenis is one of them.
Arlenis?
Yeah.
The longest name.
Where'd you hear that from? What was that inspiration?
Arlenis is a astronomical name, I think, or it's a Greek god.
I see.
Kai, that's
from Cobra Kai?
No, that's from Beyblade.
Oh yeah, okay.
I thought he was so fucking cool. Like I lost my shit as a kid whenever he came on the screen. I'd be like, no one's ever gonna be as cool as this guy. But then my fucking cousin named his kid Kai. So I'm like, I can't really name my future kid Kai.
Name your kid Tyson.
Optimus.
Yeah.
Prime.
It's a great name.
Be a sick name. Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah.
Megatron.
Or another one would be Lilith. Or another one that I heard, like sometimes I hear things from like random people that I meet or like random TV shows and I like write it down because it sounds really nice. So one of them is Levia.
Okay.
And one of them is Gaia. Gaia means earth.
Yeah. But
I thought that was really cool.
That's pretty dumb.
Estella, that means star in Latin. Or Seraph, that means angel in Greek, I think.
So you're just finding names of things in other languages. Here, let me figure this out then.
Or Ceres, that's a moon.
English.
Sora.
From Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, from Kingdom Hearts.
Suila. You should call it Suila.
But that's not halal.
Suila pork is pork in Latin. Okay, fine. Here. Porcus.
Yeah, that's a good
Porcus.
one. Hey, Porcus, come here.
Genius.
That's literally what you're doing. That's literally what they do, right? In the shows, they just find words in different languages.
I mean, kind of, but these sound so nice to me.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna.
Or Elysian.
Oh, Luna. Okay, that was obvious for Moon.
Or Cassian. Or Ryson.
Ryson?
Yeah.
What the? You ever wonder what kind of nicknames they'll get?
Ryson.
Ryson.
Yeah.
Do you wonder what kind of nicknames?
Or Adonica.
These people would get if you named them like that?
Adonica kind of sounds like a stripper name, so I'm like
Adonica?
Yeah, so I'm like half on that.
Adonica sounds old as fuck.
I don't mind it sounding old.
Olga?
Or actually, I heard one recently. I heard one recently to add it to my list, but it's gonna be weird because he's gonna be a future volleyball team member of mine.
Just say it.
The name is Orion.
Orion?
Yeah, like Orion's belt.
Oh. That's fucking dumb.
But I love any names that have to do with like astronomy or like
astronomy?
Greek or like
but like for a
Greek
name,
gods, Roman gods and shit. Like, I think it's so cool. It's kind of like, you know how Beyonce named her kid
Cometa?
Blue?
Oh, Blue.
Or like Kim Kardashian named her kid North. Or there's like, what else do they have? Names like that. I feel like those are pretty cool.
Oh, I can't even pronounce that.
What language is that?
Wait, can you see it?
Tigrinya?
I just picked a random one. I was just trying to find other names for you.
Yeah, I think like Latin and Greek and astronomy, Greek gods, things like that sounds really cool. Or I met a dog at the dog park. That's name was Tedley, which I thought was so cute.
Like the tea?
Yeah, like the tea, because it was a teacup puppy. So I was like, oh my god.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So cute.
This is what girls do. Do they just think of random child and pet names when they're bored?
I don't know, but this is the list I had going on.
I think I have thought about it before, but every time I think about it, I just think about combination of names between me and like my partner, for example. Right? So it'll be like Jalvin or something.
Your future kid.
I don't know about that one.
Bully your kid.
Something like that.
Auntie Viv's coming over again. Oh man. She always laughs at me.
Just burst through the door. Yo, Jalvin, get over here.
You can't even say his name. You just start laughing before you say it.
I just try to amalgamate names, and I just feel like that's always what I think of. Like, for example, like if you took the initials and you combine that, that's one thing too, right? So like
what?
if I took the initials of mine and took the initials of Joyce's, it would be Adele. Adel is one of them.
Ooh.
Because that, like Joyce is her
Yeah.
her middle name, not her first name, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, okay, that'd be a cool like combination name thing.
I think I remember this one time I sent her an e-transfer and I was like, who the fuck? Or something like that.
Yeah. Like her name that she uses is not her real
Like,
name.
you know, the first time you get an e-transfer from Brie, you're like, who the fuck?
Wait, what's
What's
hers?
their legal name?
That's a Vietnamese name.
Oh, it's random.
Yeah.
I see. You're like hula.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
did I send
like-
this to the wrong person? The hell?
Immigration.
Hello, I think I have to report
I am an
someone.
alien. Someone doesn't belong here.
Were you faking an identity, man?
Yeah. This woman's not Brie. She stole someone's identity. That's pretty cool. I've never I think I barely think about that stuff. Names and shit.
Yeah, I don't at all.
I think I sometimes hear cool ones. Okay, so right now, because I've been reading a lot of Game of Thrones, I feel like I always think about like Old English a lot. Like the shit they use there.
What, like Eugene?
No, I mean,
Agnes?
so obviously in Game of Thrones there's like the Tywin, Tyrion. and
That
then-
sounds so cool.
No.
That's where Cassian and Ryston are from, their old names.
Yeah, and other stuff like Eddard. Eddard, it's like
What the
Eddard.
fuck?
Eddard?
Eddard. Like-
You're an Eddard.
No, but there's also like the Christian names, right? Like Bart is Bartholomew.
Oh yeah.
But then
I
there's
think
also,
Tobias is also
Like
a really nice
random nickname. Like Richard is Dick. Like in
Oh,
the
yeah.
white people,
Mhm.
Richard they would use Dick, or in like Robert they would use Bob
name.
and stuff like that, right? So there's a lot of like random nicknames and stuff in different cultures. Yeah, that's sometimes I get interested in that, but not too often. I feel like Latin's pretty cool though. Some of the stuff you get from it.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude, this name is so cool, and they'll never know.
Mulan.
No, this one. Oh, shit.
The brown mullah.
Begging BB.
Daging babi. Where's the
Oh, he's
Latin?
looking for
Wait,
Porcus.
It was Latin.
Malay pork is dagging BB.
It was Suila. Would you know Suila meant pork? No way.
Suela. Oh, there's a name. There's a Spanish name called Suela.
You
Suela?
mean Consuela?
No, it's I think it's called Suela.
Oh,
It's
well,
a woman's name.
yeah, she got made fun of.
And it's Spanish.
I'm pretty sure Latin's usually pretty close to Spanish, no? Oh wait.
Latin's dead though.
Oh, Cerda. Oh, that's
Cerda.
cool. Oh, there's feminine and masculine pork. Damn. Feels bad. Is that a Cerda or a Cerda we're eating?
Cerdo.
Because pork is the dead
Carne.
version, right? Pork is the dead version of pig. Like beef is the dead version of cow. Or the eating
Sure, yeah,
version.
I guess, yeah.
You call it pig when it's alive and pork when it's dead and ready to be eaten.
Yes.
Yeah. But chicken is chicken. Cow is beef. Right? And then what else is there? I think that's it that I could think of.
Well, for some reason in my head, I've always associated pork with the guy pig.
Oh, you never thought of a female pig?
The female pig is a pig. The guy's a pork.
Bruh.
What the fuck? That don't make no sense.
But there's like venison.
Isn't that a type of cow?
Venison? I thought
A
venison is baby.
Oh,
deer.
is it?
Isn't it a deer?
It could be deer. Yeah, deer.
Yeah.
Venison, deer. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
yeah.
wait, no, it's not. Oh, it's veal that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, veal is the baby
Veal.
cow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is young cows. And then venison is for deer. So like
Mhm.
if you say deer, they're alive, but if you say venison, it's dead.
Oh,
Or
shit.
well, venison means deer meat, not the
Deer.
dead version.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Like beef
assumed-
means the cow meat, not the dead.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah, it's
true.
not like it's
No,
not
it's
it's not like you,
dead.
no, it's not like you hit a
Dead.
cow and be like, yo, there's a beef on the road, right? Like, like you wouldn't.
Oh, sorry. As soon as you strip
Chunk
the
of
hide,
beef.
as soon as you strip the hide, take out the guts, then it's beef. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Once you take the skin off,
It's like shit. We just hit the beef.
Not the cow. Oh my god.
so we just threw a carcass out there, so it's actually a beef. I think we had a piece of beef. Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Betty the beef.
but that's the crazy part too. Then that's not restricted to just English. That was in Latin. They also did that.
Huh?
So in Latin, pork is suila and pig is porcus. Is a different name, right? So that means cow must be bovis. Then that means beef is
Bovine.
bubale. Bubule. So they are also different then. So the actual meat, I
Hey,
guess.
he's come back for December.
Oh yeah, and Mariah Carey's back.
Buble.
In Chinese, it's the same word, isn't it?
Yeah, in Chinese is the same word.
No,
Wait,
you add roe after. You
you just add meat.
after.
Oh, right.
But-
Yeah, you add cow meat or pig meat. Yeah, that's it. You just add that part after. Why? What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm trying to think of how to say beef and pork, and I can't think of it right now.
In Chinese?
Yeah.
Like 牛肉
Oh, yes.
and 猪肉.
Oh, yes. This is the name.
Like the animal plus meat after.
All I could
babe.
think was soy yolk.
Oh, like minced meat.
Yeah.
Is what you're thinking of. Okay, I see. Makes sense. Okay, well, that's about it. Anything else you guys want to add? Any other specific topic you want to talk before we end it? Anything from you, Viv? You Gucci?
Nothing to add.
All right. Anything from you, Austin?
Nope, nothing from me.
All right, cool. Nice chilling podcast. We'll see you guys next. Oh, next week we'll have a weird one. It might be a travel one next week, or we might be on destination somewhere.
Whoop whoop.
And oh yeah, so after this podcast comes out, maybe an hour after, I'll post the song of my voice AI singing it. For sure on Spotify, maybe YouTube. I'll let you guys know, but I'll put the link in the description. Yeah. So I will let you guys know. All right. See you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.